Hi, thank you for joining me for the third part of our course. We will be moving into core mobility and how to actually mobilize your trunk, which are essentially your ab muscles and your lower back muscles, easily at home in front of the TV if you would like, or you can utilize this as a part of your morning and evening routine for your daily practice, or all three. So let's begin. Thank you for joining me for the shoulder mobility section and the thoracic mobility section. Now we're going to be talking about core mobility. Well, what does that mean? So often we get stuck in some sort of mental model that we need to work our abs by just lying down on the floor, or we stay away from working our stomach because it can be so hard and there's such an intense burn. A lot of times we need to buy DVDs or use trainers for levels of motivation. I don't disagree with this fact, considering I'm a trainer and I also need to motivate myself. Here's how I do it. I pick a few exercises and I institute those as a part of my daily practice. I utilize them in the morning and in the evening. I utilize them with time because when I use time with an exercise, I no longer have to count. And that frees my mind to begin my day, think about what I need to, or at the end of the day, to just relax my mind and get lost in my body. So often I feel we're challenged to think more than what is reasonable, or bombarded by information. Let's get back to our body. And that's why I've created these exercises, because we have an easy pole, and I'll bring it out now. That's about 50 inches high, pretty lightweight, and it's an easy pole that we can use for multiple purposes. And right now we're going to use this for our abdominal muscles. So I'm going to place the pole on my back, like we did in our thoracic mobility. Again, we want to find this resting point where our neck meets our upper back. And then we're going to lace our arms over the top, so our palms are facing down. And we're almost in this position of comfort with our arms and our shoulder blades being outside. So from here, now that our upper back and our upper body is almost relaxed, we're going to work this part of our core and these part of our obliques. And our oblique muscles are really just our side muscles. So let's work our side muscles, yeah? So what we're going to do, I'm going to be leaning to my right. And as I lean to my right, I'm going to shift all my weight onto my right leg. And as I do that, I'm going to tip over and I'm going to go as far as I possibly can. My legs are straight. Such a great stretch on this portion of my body. And that's where I'm working my abs, my core muscles. As I come up, I'm going to go all the way to my left. So the pole is almost pointing straight up and straight down. And then I come back down. And I call this our core rocking. Because as you shift from one side to the other, like golf or other sports where you change your weight, my legs are in this soft athletic position. And as I go from side to side, shifting my weight into that leg, and the whole time while I'm here, I'm engaging and I'm feeling through my stomach muscles. Now, when you first begin this movement, you might feel burning of these muscles through our core and as they attach down into the hip. The reason for the burning is because you're actually stretching something called fascia. Well, to give you a real simple introduction to what fascia is, it's almost another layer of skin underneath the skin that you currently have. Well, what does that mean? Well, if I asked you to identify a part of your arm skin, let's say, we know that this is our elbow, and between our elbow and our wrist, there rests some skin. Well, underneath, we have a second part of skin called a fascia. And in this fascia, this sheath, there's almost no point of stopping. So it's kind of this continuous skin that's underneath. And when we pull on that skin, the collagen and the tendons underneath, sometimes it feels like burning. And burning doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. Pain, any sort of pain in movement, has been associated as a negative. Well, I'm here to tell you that sometimes you need to feel a little bit of pain or a little bit of burning to open yourself up and loosen your body, past what it was normally able to do. And that's because normally we get introduced to this posture of sitting in a car, at a computer, or on a phone, and it compounds over years. So if my posture was down and I had a rounded back, and I put this pole on my back and I outstretch my arms, and I lean from left to right, as I do that, I'm loosening up a muscle called your latissimus dorsi, which is a big muscle in your back. And we're pulling on that latissimus dorsi, and we're loosening it up, and that lat muscle attaches all the way down to your lower back. That's how we're getting our lower back involved and our core muscles. Now, you want to make sure not to get dizzy during this movement. How do you prevent yourself from getting dizzy? Well, as you're rocking from one side to the next, you pick an object in front of you. You pick an object in front of you and you completely focus on that object. As you get lost and you focus on this object, you're almost able to feel inside of your body. What I want you to focus on as you're rocking from side to side, try to feel what it's like in your feet when you shift weight from one side to the next. Try to feel down into your toes as they root yourself down in the ground. Try to be aware with each one what it feels like as your core warms up from one side of movement to the other. And again, as we expose ourselves in the morning and in the evening, every 12 hours to a minute, up to 2 minutes of this movement, you're going to start to notice some tremendous changes. This exercise is perfect and one that I have shown many softball players, basketball, football, and professional athletes of all varieties. This is an amazing movement to do, and I show to pretty much 99% of my clients because this is an area that's called your frontal plane. When you move left to right, kind of tilting and righting yourself in this way, almost in one line. And this so commonly is an area that we develop dysfunction in. So if we're in this frontal plane and then we become forward because of our posture, our rounded back, there is a level of dysfunction in there. And we're actually going to pull that dysfunction out of your system. By giving you mobility drills to do, this is the complement third, to the shoulder mobility, thoracic mobility, and now the core mobility drill. By doing this, it's going to give your body and your mind a reset from its posture every 12 hours. What that means is that eventually your body's going to know this posture of movement so well that if you put yourself in a tension pattern of being at a desk or driving, your body will easily adapt and then unadapt to that posture and go back to nice, smooth, integrated movement. So this will be the same as the other two exercises. The same in the beginning. You'll be doing 1 minute in the morning and 1 minute in the evening as a part of your daily practice for the first week. Then moving into the second week, we'll upgrade you to 90 seconds. 90 seconds in the morning and 90 seconds in the evening. And then when we progress into the third week and moving forward for the next 6 weeks, you'll upgrade to 2 minutes in the morning and 2 minutes in the evening. We'll talk about how to integrate all these movements together at the end of this program, but you will probably be doing the shoulder mobility drill, thoracic mobility drill, and then your core mobility back to back to back. You can easily do this in the morning and the evening. If you did all these exercises back to back, it would take you 6 minutes total, easily from your home, in front of your TV in the morning or the evening, or in between your programming that you watch in the evening time with your family or loved ones. So there's a lot of versatility that can be offered by this core mobility drill. It's an easy way to activate yourself, loosen up your posture, and engage your body, simultaneously freeing your mind. So I look forward to seeing you in the next portion of our program. Thank you for tuning in now, and I will talk to you soon. Cheers.